expanding and condensing logarithms. So you're just going to be using these 3 rules right here, and we're going to apply them and just set them up. Like whatever's in the B spot goes in the B spot, whatever's in the X spot goes into the X spot, Y goes in the Y spot. So to expand log 2x, 2 is in the X spot and X is in the Y spot. So I'm going to put a 2 right here. I'm going to put an X right there. So this will expand out to log 2 plus log X. Okay, so for number 2, again, multiplication. So I'm using the multiplication rule right here. So I'm going to have log base 2 of 7 plus log base 2 of x cubed. Now I need to use rule 3 that says if I have an exponent, it comes out in front. So exponent comes out in front. So this 3 needs to come out in front. So really, we have log base 2 of 7 plus 3 log base 2 of x. And that would be all the way expanded out. So for number 3, this is a subtraction and a multiplication. So first I'm going to do my division part right here. So division tells you if you're dividing, you subtract the 2 terms right here. So you put a minus between the top and the bottom terms. So to expand this out, I have log base 7 of y minus log base 7 of 3x squared. Now this right here is a multiplication part. So you need to expand that out. The minus is going to go to everything in the parenthesis. So I'm going to have log base 7 of 3 plus log base 7 of x squared. Remember the x squared goes out in front, and I'm going to distribute my negative at the same time. So log base 7y minus. So you guys should try 4, 5, and 6 on your own, and then when you're done, unpause the video and watch to see if you get the same answer I did. So make sure you pause first. So this is 3 multiplication, so I'm just going to apply the addition rule 3 times instead of just twice. So it's going to become log x plus log y plus log z. All right, down here, again, multiplication. So we have log base 2, 8 plus log base 2 of x plus log base 2 of y. Now right here, the first step, I'm going to take care of the division. So natural log, and remember logs and natural logs are the same thing, just different bases. That's subtraction, and now this is going to be written out as addition. All right, so what I need you guys to note, though, is if you remember this from the other day, we said 2 to what power gave me 8. So since you can rewrite that as 3, you should rewrite it as 3. And only because it reduces. I did not reduce up here because 7 to what power gives me 3, it's not a whole number. 2 to what power gives me 7 is not a whole number. That's why I did not reduce up there. So down here, they want us to expand and simplify. So why don't you pause it, expand it out, and then see if your simplified answer is the same as mine. So that'll be your first step. And then 4 to what power gives me 16. So this right here is just going to change to a 2. I don't feel like rewriting everything, so I'm just going to erase it and put a 2 there. So that would be your expanded and simplified part. So for condensing, we're still using the same rules, but we're going to go backwards. So it's written out this way, so now we're going to condense it. So see, it's the same rules as the front, we just wrote them backwards. So this is expanding, goes out that way. So condensing, we're just going to go plus to the multiplication. So if this was addition, that means it was multiplication, and you only write the log one time, you guys. Don't write it multiple times. So it's going to be log of 6x. So on number 2, where did the 2 come from? It was an exponent. So you put the exponent back up there and then rewrite it and see if you can get the answer. So we would typically write that as 25x instead, putting the number in front. So go ahead. Let's see, we'll do one more. Subtraction is division. So really you first put that 3 back as the exponent, and then subtraction means division. So log 2 over 4 cubed, or you could say log, that'd be 1 over, or 2 over 64, so 1 over 32 also. It reduces too. So try 4, 5, and 6, pause the video, and then come back. All right, hopefully you paused it. Now you're coming back to check your work. So those were both exponents. Subtraction means division. All right, these are all addition, so they all come together as multiplication. This 4 goes back to the 2, the 3 is back there. So I'd have natural log of 2 to the 4th times an e cubed divided by a z, or you could say 2 to the 4th is 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8 times 2 is 16. So you could write this as 16e cubed over 7. So down here, I'm saying 16 to what power gives me 4? And this one right here, if you don't know, it's going to be a fraction. So we're saying 16 to what power gives me 64? So 16 to a power of, I think, 3/2. And why I know it's 3/2 is because I square rooted the 16 to get a 4, and 4 cubed was 64. So I made the number small with a root and then big with the 3. So that's how I knew 16 to a power of 1/2 gives me 4, because the roots fraction give you smaller number. So this would be 3/2. So this is going to end up equaling 2. And if you could type in with a base 16 in your calculator, you'd get that answer. The problem is that you can't type in different bases besides 10 in your calculator. So we have this formula called change of base, which tells you that if I wanted to do log 4/16, if I use this right here, it'd say I would do log of 4 divided by log of 16. And it also tells me that my answer is 1/2. So without having to know it was 1/2, the calculator tells me it's 1/2. So we're going to do change of base. What I remember is that the y looks like it's closer to the bottom, and it goes on bottom. So this is going to be log of 7 divided by log of 3. So I get about 1.77. So try number 2 and then come back and see if you get the right answer. So you should be getting about 0.648, because it's log of 5 divided by log of 12. If you accidentally did it in the other way and you accidentally put the 12 on top, then you got 1.54. So if you got 1.54, you divided it in the wrong order.